Alright guys, you got a Buick Encore, if you got a Buick, if you got a Malibu, Chevy Malibu, if you got a Sonic, you want to change the expansion tank, pretty good video for you guys right here. So this is what we're gonna do is we're gonna replace this baby with the new one right here, and there's a reason why I'm not changing this. So what we're gonna do is let's put this baby to the side first. Let me just put it right here so we don't damage anything. So pretty much this pipe here is very brittle, and usually over time they would get soft and they will start to either leak from here or from any joints, and this one, half of it is stuck inside the tube. So I'm going to show you guys how to replace this guy. So first of all, on this particular, this is a 2015 Buick Encore EcoBoost Turbo, and there's a part number. Doorman makes this baby, and this is a 1.4 liter engine. Anyways, box is empty, it's got to go. So first of all, we're gonna do, we need a couple of tools, a couple of needle nose pliers, and you could use a flathead screwdriver or a clip removing tool such as this. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go in here, and we're gonna remove this clip. This is the only clip that I'm gonna remove. The reason why I want to only remove this clip is because all I need is a little bit of space to get in there. So to start off, what I want to do is I want to have these clamps. These clamps are really crappy to remove, so I just want to have this clamp out of the way. And also I'm going to use the second needle nose I have here. I'm going to get this clamp out of the way. So one thing I want to tell you guys is okay, I just want the clamp out of the way. I don't want the pipe to come off. If you have pressure in there, you don't want to mess with it. Make sure it's nice and cold, so give it a good hour or so. This is kind of warm, it had pressure in it, so it's got to be hot. So I am going to put the cap back on, and I'm going to give it another 40 minutes, and then we're going to come back and replace this guy. So we'll be back, and once it's nice and cold. And also another thing, if you can get this pipe out of the way, that's perfect, so it can give you more leverage, more movement into this. You don't want to yank over here because you will break this little guy. It's brittle. So anyways, this is the return line. This is how it bleeds itself. So it's okay for us to remove this line because there's no more pressure in there because we already released the pressure. So if you can see, there's a small amount of piece in there. That's fine. I'm going to take that off. I'll get rid of that. We can also turn this guy to the side, and what you want to do is see this pipe here, see how brittle this is. This was the issue. This is the reason why we changing this guy. Okay, this is shot, and we don't want to, you don't want your car to overheat while you're on the highway. So I'm going to set up my camera, and what I want to do is I want to remove this 10mm here, and there's a 10mm over here. So I'm going to take both of these off. I'm going to use my gear wrench right here to get in there, and I'm going to get them both out. So it's going to take a few small steps. So like I said, 2 bolts here, and I'm going to get them both off. If you want to take off this whole cover, it's all up to you, but I'm going to work on this guy. Get loose. So pretty easy to take off both of these bolts. This is one, and I'm going to take off the second one over here. There you go. So this is a wobbly head, so I have plenty of movement around it. And we do have antifreeze. You're probably wondering, is he going to drain the antifreeze? I'm not going to drain the antifreeze. I'm going to show you guys a small little trick. Okay, once I get this bolt out of here, then I will show you guys a small little trick. Bolt is pretty long. Okay, there's 2. So now the trick here is you have to lift this guy up, and what we're gonna do is once you lift this baby up, what I want you to do is I want you to pay attention. So if you got some antifreeze coming out this way, that's fine. Okay, I'm gonna take care of that. So what you want to do here is you can take one of your bolts, because this is too small. So this bleeder valve, what I do is usually a spark plug is a perfect object. You stick that in there just like that. You see that? Stuck a spark plug in there. Let's see if you guys can see it better this way. And all I do is stuck a spark plug that's not going anywhere. Now the trick, okay, the hard part or the easy part or whatever you want to call it, is swapping up these 2 hoses, okay? Swapping up these 2 containers. So what I like to do is I like to hold this up to the highest point so no antifreeze is gonna come out this our way, and also tilt the reservoir just like that, and then keep it tilted. You see that? Keep it tilted so nothing is spilling out of it. And after that, you want to put this baby right back on. So this is pretty much, it's in there already. Look at that. And what I want to do is, this is fresh antifreeze because we did do a flush on this guy. And let's take off this radiator cap. Wow, reservoir tank, expansion tank cap. And 3 turns, this baby will come off. And what we will do is, okay, so what I did was I put the other reservoir away, so we took this cap off. So now the reverse procedure, we still gotta put the clamp on. So you do need to clamp this. There's a hook down here. You can see it clearly from here. So you need to go above that point and capture this baby. Nice and perfect. And once it's in there, it will sit on its own. Put the 2 bolts back in, just like we took it off. One here. Okay. And lock up both bolts. Some other clamps. Look at these clips. I guess just remove these 2 clips, 1 and 2, and it makes it a lot easier. Now we can see the whole thing here perfectly and easily. 1 and 2. So I'm gonna lock these up, and then we're gonna come back and finish up the job. So it's all set, nice and tight. So what we need to do is put this clamp back on. And what I like to do is, you see the clamp, see the shape of the clamp here and here. So you want to hit this clamp the same exact position. The reason is sometimes it will leak on you just because it didn't grip that perfect spot that it originally gripped. And there goes nothing. Attempt number 2. Let me just give myself more clearance with my hand. Okay, so same exact spot. Okay, perfect. Now I'm gonna take off this spark plug here so we don't do I did took out that piece from the center, so you can turn this baby back in, and we're gonna stick this on. Okay, so the clamp is gonna bother me now, so you simply gonna grab this little guy, either push the clamp back if it bothers you, or use both hands and push this baby in the spot. Bada bing, bada boom. And after that, you want to fill up your reservoir expansion tank to the spot where it was at. So I'm gonna probably end up doing this with both hands because it's better the clamp stays in the spot where it was at, and put the baby on. So use both hands, get that clamp to the same spot. And this is fresh antifreeze. Like I said, we did flush, we did in the water pump, so I did do water pump, radiator, thermostat on this vehicle. So I'm gonna fill this back up. Okay, so we successfully replaced this guy without a mess, without a spill, and this guy can go to trash now. Oops. And I do want you guys to top off the antifreeze up to the second line. It's a self-bleeding system. Make sure you get that clamp on, and bada bing, bada boom, you're all done. And do not forget about this guy that we removed from the spot. Push it back to where it belongs. Thank you for watching my video, and do put the clamps back in. See you guys in the next one.